Everyone wants to be fit and strong and have an idea, a perception of self that you are invincible, fearless, you get things done. The movie in your mind you have on display or on repeat is someone that you want to be, but it's not who you are. Now, when you're realizing in fitness life, it doesn't matter how much you want to talk about it, doesn't matter how many friends you have doing it, if you're not making yourself happen consistently, regularly, and then add more and more and progress, you are just gonna live your whole life talking about the fitness life you wish you lived and didn't do. Because the life happens as of this moment. In every moment you have a choice. You either keep on going, find your way, or you keep on reverting back and repeat the same repetitive pattern you don't really thrive of having. So it's fair and square that way. And with me as a fitness coach, you gotta know that I know you don't like to talk to me when you are demotivated. I know that you don't want me to remember you when you want to be your own sabotager. I know that you are only motivated when life is happy or easy, when you're naturally gonna be on January 1 or it's springtime, or you are scared because you're gonna fit in a bikini someday soon. That's when you're motivated. That's also when you build a whole life plan about how you're going to train hard, and you're building home building gym, and you think about how you're going to train so hard. And in that planning, you usually fuel it with the chocolate or the cereal or the chips or the drinks you kind of know or believe you're not going to have again, because it's so important for you to get out of your own way and get to make it happen. So then what happens is that you're signing up for a coach or a trainer or a program, and then you just make it that life happens. You get very aware of, now you have a broken toe, now there is a new crisis in the world, now there's global warming, and now, well, you didn't get your fresh products, and everything you use as a reason that life isn't for you in fitness, that this isn't for you. And I'm thinking, what do you think is going to happen to make it be it's about you? Should it be in your world that everything just happens automatically? You just like a banana peel life, that you just make things happen. You don't have to work hard. You don't have to change the way you think about things. You don't have to change your perception. You don't have to give yourself patience, because you just somehow your whole life must have been that you never had to work for it. It's just given to you. Then when that isn't the real life for you in fitness, then that becomes a problem. So when you're signing up, you are determined, you are committed, but you are not staying committed. So you are living your life as gonna see if I'm in the mood today. I don't really want to, I'm gonna start over later. And here's the thing, you never want to talk to me then in those moments where it's all about you're gonna go forward or you're gonna go backwards. When you are at the crossroads, do you even want to talk to a coach who you love to talk about is so strong? No, because in that moment you want to be validated by your friends, your husband, your spouse, your partner, your girlfriend, that it's okay to want to be weak. And it is okay. You bet it's okay. That's what most people choose. Because it is tough to want to be tough. Because you're going to have to swallow the pill that you can't choose to be strong on the good days and bad on the bad days, because you are ending up like everyone else. An average person who's not getting anything out of yourself, not living up to your own expectations, not believing in yourself. Every time you have a reason to disbelieve, you just go for it, because it's easier to disbelieve than it is to stand strong for yourself. And when you are planning your fitness life and you don't know about yourself, you think you should do it to be more likely to make it happen, which makes sense. You want to live your fitness life at home, build your home life, gym like me. And then you forget that you're not motivated by yourself, because you are not important enough to make yourself proud, or you kind of don't really care about building a body for yourself, because if there's no witness, why bother, right? That shows your extrinsic motivation is hard on you, that you are doing this to get accolades and credentials or like praise and, oh, look at you, tough woman. So if you have no crowd at all and there's nobody who cares, you're gonna stop. And that's what you probably did over the pandemic, the lockdown, that you got freaked out because you were going to be around yourself and you have never solved your own issues, that you are your own demon, you are your own backstabber, you are your own worst enemy, and you keep it at home safely from anyone to know. The fitness coach idea is a dream that you just want it to be, that if you have access to someone who doesn't quit and remembers you, you're gonna be unstoppable because you're gonna have a prison guard or someone else who keeps you in check. That is your plan until realizing that you're not gonna want to be in a prison or having a guard or someone who tells you what you can do or not, because you rebel on that. You freak out again there. You're not gonna take an order from anyone. Screw that. You're your own person. Quit that. Yeah, this is not worth it. That's your mentality then. So you're building your home gym, and then you're realizing you thought you wanted this and now you don't. You're not motivated. You go for walks, you're kind of not at all training hard. And then combine that you talk so much about your fitness goals, your strong lean body, and I'm thinking, how is that going to happen? It would be here if it was naturally that way. The whole challenge being a fitness coach, being myself, is that I'm too real. That I am just one of those people who don't talk, I walk. And it's not popular for you because you really hold on to, you hope that it doesn't have to be like that. You want it to be that you can sign up for when you're motivated and it's gonna be the way to get results, to actualize yourself, but it's not. Because when you're realizing that the motivation is always strongest when you have been sabotaging, now imagine how you're going to get out of the motivation need if you always have to sabotage before you get out of your own way to make it happen. So then that becomes a vicious cycle, that you're not motivated because you keep on defeating yourself by sabotage. And you're not going to get out of that because you can't get yourself out of that behavior, and you keep on repeating the pattern and become stronger and stronger hold on you. So when I come here, usually during the toughest time of the life, which is where you're still a fitness person, where you still need to understand you are practicing, you're living. If you kind of use 25% of your life every year like you're gonna go backwards, of course you're never gonna see your highest level of yourself. You're never gonna do that. And in accomplishments, in everything else in life, but has nothing to do with the physical body, it's easier to succeed or to build yourself up. But the body doesn't care about your feelings. Your body doesn't care that you feel it should be speeding it up. Can we have it faster delivered? Yeah, it's not Amazon Prime. And you might live here with a wrong intention or like a wrong perception, that you just listen to fads, listen to people who are promoting crap about how easy it should be, how light and always joy, and you never have to boost yourself or have a pep talk. That is what you're buying into. So you believe something's wrong when you are demotivated to work hard? Yeah, really. So I am definitely not a popular coach that way because I am too real. I do this for myself. I show up for myself because I don't want to wake up and realizing I just regret that the whole life I never learned myself, and I just realizing then again that it might be that I want to be an excuse all my life. It might be that I'm just talking about it, and then I wouldn't want to know that. So there might be a reason for you to struggle so much to make yourself do what you say you want to do. You're not into it. You're into the concept, the idea of having a fit body. You're not into the fit life for real, but I am. So that's why you love to kind of see all the marketing that the woman is so elegant and she's perfect and she looks amazing and everyone dreams about being her, and she is always amazing, and she's also very boring because she would be typically like a girl. I don't know the macros of this, so I can't eat it. She's going to be like, she can't go on a vacation because she's going to be with a diet obsession in her head. She's going to sit there and track. How fun is that? But that's how most people who ever were on a diet end up. You can't get out of it. You can't trust yourself, and you don't have the time to learn how to trust yourself, and you don't care about your feelings, and apparently you don't care about your frustration and how mad you are at yourself and how you hate everyone else, and you don't think that's going to affect your mood. Well, remember now, you didn't even remember that the mindset is everything. Without that, and you think that's something you can just work on when you're in the mood? So yeah, it's definitely a challenge to be a fitness coach for people who don't want to be real. For people who think fitness bodies and lifestyle is all about you can sign up for when you're in the mood, and then it's just going to happen, and you can quit when you want to. Now, You can do that as much as you want. Quit on it. And what happens when you quit is you're just not getting anything out of it. You are just going backwards, because your fitness life, you gotta keep up and not go into, I have never worked out my whole life, now I have to start over from the start again. Many of you have pretty much just not taken care of your health for many years now, and you used to hold on to hope over the pandemic that was the reason, and now it's been years and it's not there anymore. What are you gonna use now? Like, how long are you wanting to kind of think, I'm just gonna find another reason that I'm gonna wait and not work for myself? It's not that I'm all this for everyone, like I'm a coach that want everyone. No, I am a certain specific coach that you gotta know that if you're playing my game, you gotta want to win it, not just keep on forgetting that there's rules and you have to know how to play or you're gonna not win. I feel it's so crazy, right? Like how it seems that most people are more interested to keep some pride and be self-made or be independent, but you're not being that at all, because you are not making yourself come true. And you never think it has some kind of urgency that's at some time fast. You kind of want to get there where you are happy, because remember now, you haven't even realizing or accepted or want to be happy, because you don't want to be happy before you're fit. You don't want to be happy before you look in shape. You don't think it's worth to be happy. Well, then you get pissed, right? So then you're not happy and you're not happy with your body, and then why even try? And then you go and eat your cupcakes again. So it's important to actually realizing that you gotta go inwards and realizing, why do I keep on neglecting? Why do I keep on defeating myself? Why do I put so much into me and then nothing? And how come I want to hide away from Pauline when Pauline is the only one? Even though I'm not paying for her VIP, how come she keeps on calling me out? Why does she keep on chasing me? And why do I get pissed? Why don't I want to talk to her? Ask yourself of that. Because then you're going to realize it's because you are just dreaming and you don't want to be real. And when I come into your life, you're realizing, be careful what you wish for, because I am the one who keeps on committing to you, even though it's not about me. So trust me, it's not about you committing to me. I'm just one person. I'm going to die one day. Maybe it's before you. And what are you going to do then? If you can't learn that life is one time in this body, and you want to be happy, understand yourself, not be living on fears of food, right? Why? If you can't get to realizing that you want to enjoy life and train for life and not sit with an obsession about the body will never be good enough for you, yes, you will die with that then. You will never be good enough. You're gonna die, and then what? But most people get so discouraged that you can't see beyond all or nothing. And then when I try to get a hold of you, you think I have interest to listen to the same story about why this was now not for you again. Because I know you and I pay attention and I care. So I remember you, my clients, which means to hear the same story with the same outcome of self-defeat and nothing for years, for 4, 5, 6, 7, 10 years. Do you think it's easy to believe in you? What is going to be the difference? That's the thing. That you are not aware that you keep on forgetting yourself and don't believe that it's time to stop. It's time to stop giving yourself like you are not really the priority in life. So it's not about committing to me. I'm just a messenger. I'm just the one who keeps on being the scapegoat that isn't the one that you feel is understanding you. I'm the coach who's too tough. I'm the coach who should know that you should be gentler, taken care of, or that there's so tough life for you that you of course need more understanding. Whatever you do, I'm thinking there's 8 billion people in the world. We all have our struggles. I'm not waiting for my life to somehow be something that, Pauline is ready now to give her all. Now the whole life and the whole world is going to wait for Pauline, because nobody cares. Do you think the whole world cares about my little fitness goals, if I get to do my workout or not? No, it's all about me. So when you forget that you are signed up for my community to stay accountable, to have a place where you're going to practice with other people who struggle with remembering your why. I'm not that one. If you forget, that is my function, that I host that for you. But if you now don't want to show up unless you're motivated, you're not going to show up because you get discouraged when you're not doing what you signed up for. Now you don't want to show that in the group because you want to save your face. You feel it's a shame. You feel like you have to save your pride. So then that becomes that nobody wants to be honest, nobody wants to be real, and nobody has it. The ego. The ego is holding you from being real, so you cannot even tell anyone. You're living a life probably posting an old selfie once in every blue moon to kind of show I still got it, but you don't, because you're not living to be happy. So what do you got then? A fake image about yourself. So it's not about me. You're not committing to me. If I die, you're on your own again, and you are already, because it's so easy to mute me and kind of make me into a robot, and you don't want to talk to Pauline then. I get it. Because who wants to have someone remind you about what is important for you when you want to forget about it? You never feel good about doing that, but you still want to live it out, just like a heroin addict. You're gonna want to go for another fix because you always believe it's the last one. It never is. Unless it's the last supper, right? That's the life over. So you gotta see it where it is. I'm really strong in my coach. I show up for myself. I lead myself. I'm not expecting anyone else to do it, and I don't believe anyone is gonna remember me. And it's also not anyone's responsibility to do it. So I am definitely not waiting for the world to someday to fix itself. So I'm gonna be better at training. It's just, I can't even think about the way to wait for the world or always react according to the world. So there's always something, because you live your life according to the reaction. If the world has a bad day, you have a bad day. If you're in the good mood and the other people are sad, you're going to be sad, because you just color yourself from everyone else. That is the opposite to the strong mind and the finite state of mind. If you want to go with the flow, I am not your coach. If you want the world to be the reason why you can't do this for yourself, I'm not your coach, because I keep on going no matter what. You gotta know that about myself, because you gotta be a tough cookie. I'm not able with my lifetime to sit and hold on to you and listen to your stories that I heard 1,000 times. It's not an offense. It's not that I don't want to listen to you. I just am a loner, and I stick to what I want to do myself. And it's not gonna help you to talk about how it's hard for you. It won't, because again, so what? What are you gonna do about it? So you gotta be a little bit more tough for yourself, as in, don't be a Barbie or a little girl who feels it should be so easy for yourself. No, it shouldn't. It should be a challenge for yourself, or you're not gonna grow. And I am a coach who makes you grow if you're willing or have the balls to actually want to be your highest level of yourself, to not sit with insecurities and comparison and feeling like, oh, if it was only I could have the body, then everything would be good, because that's a lie and it's a myth. I don't want you to live your whole life holding on to you were never good enough, you never had the body, because it's not true. It's a lie. And here's last thing I want to tell you, that all these different ideals of bodies and goals is just cultural installments. It's cultural and trained. It's nothing you have to choose for yourself. You don't have to choose a body ideal or a look. You don't have to think anything's beautiful or not. Because it's not about that. It's about, how do you love to live your life? What do you want out of life? Because no matter how fit you become, or have the perfect body, or the perfect boobs, the perfect ass, it's not going to be enough for you, because you're a higher level human being than thinking it's just about the body. Because you're going to realize this too. No matter how much you build the body and try to hold it strong, it's not going to stay that way, because it's a living object and it's here for some time, and then it becomes something else later. So if you want to enjoy your body, isn't it time to get out of your head and start working on yourself and be happy that you have yourself? Now stop paying attention to everyone else. Stop giving all other people attention. Focus on yourself. That is what I do for you, and I want you to know that. Because the pity parties and the waiting for everyone else to be good and wanting to be weak and not see that you are stronger than you want to give yourself credit for, and there's always other people who struggle more. Remember that, so you can have more peace. Because the whole thing of focusing on all the things you don't want, to talk about what you don't want, and then think, why are you not happy? It's really about 100% focus on what you want. So if you want to be pissed and sad and angry, keep on talking about it, because that's what you get. Alright, to summarize now, FD8 Early Bird Challenge. Go and sign up for that. It's a cheap way to get me and my new book and the form check and the Q&A. You need to be there. If you don't show up in a community, you have to know that I'm not there banging on your door. That if you don't have the reason to understand the community is here, so you are more likely to stand up for yourself. Because if you're hiding there in your own little closet at home, it's convenient. But that's why you're also always taking your own leadership and stab yourself in the back. You are not going to be strong at home where you can have access to everything that goes back on your commitment to yourself. So that's why you are in the FD8. To be there for yourself, to show up and use your pride and ego in the group, to post, to be accountable in the group. Because here's the truth too. I'm a loner, I'm a solitary person. The day, let's say, I have all the clients who are one-on-one in the 412-1, I have 2 groups to 250 people each that listen to my voice and get programs. The day I have that, I don't have room for anyone more. Then you are on your own for real. How does that feel? So that is why you gotta protect what you need for yourself. You gotta stand up and support. So if you need this for yourself, a community, a program, a new start, there's a system, an operation for you, living fittest life online because you don't have that fittest life practice at home, then you gotta show up and you gotta post, because if not, you are not gonna have that coming. It's gonna fade out of you. So this is where you gotta know, if you wanna build something, you gotta hold up and keep going, not break it down in the moods you feel like it's not that important right now. People who are like it's not that important right now never build those strong bodies that you are so motivated to and want. You know why? Because you wouldn't have the body built that way. So lesson learned there. You gotta remember your why in the days you don't want to, in all the moments. Because in one little moment you can sabotage for weeks, and you get so demotivated when you feel like it's day and night in your body, that feeling lean and strong one day and then flabby the next. So it's in your interest to be more aware that if you get demotivated, you are not your best friend. So focus on staying motivated. Hang around people who are self-motivated, and stop looking at people who are not what you want to be. And focus again on your mind. The state of mind is a daily thing from morning to end of the night, every day. So if you're one of those people who the first thing you do is go and watch the news, social media, to take in the vibe of the world, that's why you're sad, depressed, and pissed. So yeah, you bet I don't do that at all. That's why I love my loner life so good. I don't have to listen to people in my home talking about the stuff that is going to be this way and this is life. So yeah, solitude and silence and peace of mind is the best thing. So get it for yourself.